Hi, I'm Dr. Ford, and we're doing a three-part series in the shorts and in long video on body image. I am a registered dietitian. I also have my doctorate in preventive care, and I've been working in the health and wellness space for about 2 decades. And I have my own private practice. This is coming up on my 10th year. I love working with people in all different kind of capacities. One of my favorite topics is body image and how someone can relate to their food, body, weight, and eating, and what their food story is in regards to their body and their experiences, because I do think that can affect how you show up in your health, especially with food, especially with weight. And so body image is a really unique part of psychology because it's a lot of self-reporting, a lot of your perspective, but then also what has contributed to it is your culture, your life experiences, and very specific stories that you've been told on what's good or bad about your body in a productive way or in a destructive way. So why I like it is because each person experiences body image differently. So I like that there's theory, and then there's how the theory actually shows up in your life. Then giving people tangible things to work towards, that the goal isn't to fall in love with yourself. The goal is to respect yourself. So this part of your life doesn't become as destructive or causes a lot of distress. It could be blocking you from relationships with yourself or with others, showing up in your life very functional, where there can be a lot of noise, where it makes tasks really difficult and creates less joy, less fulfillment, which is ultimately not the goal for most people. And so your experience from early childhood to later childhood, from like 8 to puberty, to early adolescence, later adolescence, and then adulthood to now, you could look at a timeline almost, and this is done in a lot of CBT spaces or therapy spaces, where you do a timeline, maybe not of events, but of events of what's happened to you in your body and your story. And then you kind of see maybe patterns or significant events, significant people that were influential. And you start to see trends. So whenever you look at trends or patterns, why you're doing that is to increase awareness and clarity on how that could be contributing to current events. And a lot of times that's in our subconscious, and we don't know that it's there until we do. So you increase awareness around what's happened to you and your body from early childhood to now. And then we talk about it, and then you process it, and then you realize what is fruitful, what is supportive, and then what is actually awful and not contributing to an optimal life, and rewriting those stories. And sometimes the processing and the rewriting can be very formal, like an EMDR, could be very trauma-based, like EMDR sessions, or it can be very casual, but in a very supportive, wise way. So I would suggest in a space where it's confidential, safe, where you feel thoroughly accepted, no matter how hard the conversation is, and through an evidence-based program that has been done before, and something that is aligned with your values and beliefs. A timeline is one of those that's easily used in most spaces. If this interests you and this is something that you want to find support in, you can go to medical providers or therapy spaces. My medical group is called Imagine Wellness Medical Group, and we do supportive services and body image, but also coordinate care with a lot of therapeutic spaces that could support you in this goal too. Hope this helps.